Welcome to Transition into Death. You feel your eyes begin to get heavy. You fall deeper and deeper into a trance. Your body becomes weightless as your heart begins to slow down. Do not be afraid. You are at rest. You fall deeper and deeper. Your soul begins to separate from your body. You begin to feel the warmth of fire. This is the arrival to your final destination. Welcome to eternal damnation. You are now entering hell.
Hello.
Welcome, everybody. Dementia is not with us this evening. She's dealing with some just dramatic dental pain that has made her face swell up, and she's she'll join us in the chat later, but she's not up for being on camera, and I don't blame her. So that means, funny they say recover. Yep, yeah, you are doing that. Anyway, that means I'm in the big chair tonight.
You're always in the big chair.
I'm always in the big chair. This is true. The chair really never changes. But, just as is tradition, whenever I do the hosting, I get to say the same thing. Daddy's home.
All right, man.
Yeah. DJ, yay, you've joined us on when it started. Yay.
You made it on time.
And Davey,
Mayor
Mr. Mayor, hello.
Molly, what's up?
And I'll tell you what, everybody, for those of you who did not make it to Spooky, or, you were drunk, or if you missed Davey had
I saw the picture. It was wonderful.
The mayor banner around him, and just, it went over. Everyone friggin' loved it. I mean, the man was getting stopped for pictures. They needed a picture with the mayor.
Absolutely.
So it was fun. So anyway, hi Matt. I know you missed the show, but how you doing? How's New York?
I'm good. New York's wonderful. It hasn't gotten above probably 70 degrees here in the last 2 weeks. It's been fucking wonderful. I love it.
Shut your asshole. That's just
no.
That's for you, Matt. That's for you.
Mike, why are you especially giving him the bird today?
Well, he's allowed.
At this point, it's been a week, and it won't be fixed until Wednesday. Our AC went out.
Boo.
Yeah. So wonderful, 91 degrees inside the house at all times, and yay.
That's just awful.
But no, it was a major part that ended up failing, and I mean the unit's only 2 years old, so everything's under warranty. But it was something that they couldn't fix. They had to order the part, and it was the whole outside coil. One part of it split, and it was copper to aluminum, so it's really hard to get that back together. Yeah. So, yep. So woohoo!
Contrary to popular belief, everybody, duct tape can't fix everything.
Most.
It
would have run for a couple hours, I guarantee.
Anyway, so anyone drinking anything interesting? Anybody watching anything interesting before we just go, start chatting mayhem or start chatting camp spooky stuff?
There's
Beer.
nothing on right now. I did watch the new Omen. That was excellent.
The first Omen?
First Omen was very good. Very, very ties in beautifully. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Also liked Abigail, which I know Demi didn't like, but
I did not like Abigail either.
I thought it was fun.
I thought Abigail was just hot diarrhea. It was.
I'll tell you what, I'll watch it over Twilight any day.
I won't watch Twilight for that matter, but no, I didn't like Abigail. I thought it was one of those. It was a good movie masquerading as a bad movie, if that makes sense. I think it was trying to be a lot more tongue-in-cheek than it actually was presented as in parts. It couldn't quite find where it was, and it wasn't good. Yeah. On the other hand, I am drinking Dr. Kelp soda. So
diet
so green.
This isn't diet, but I mean, this is the regular, the OG Dr. Kelp.
Yeah.
How can I have my meal without
my kelp, my Dr. Kelp? But the pizza.
Yeah, we had just fun fact for anyone who knows Demi and I, our youngest, the boy who has been going to Spooky since he was in the womb at year 3 of the show. He just turned 18 and graduated high school, within a week of each other. So we threw him
old.
We're all getting fucking old. And I will say that Spooky the past show really drove home that we're getting old.
Yeah. Yeah. And also the fact that he's 1.5 feet taller than me.
Dude, he grew up. He was the short kid for the longest time. Like he wasn't even close. He was always the short kid. Always. And then like something around freshman year during COVID, he just finally went blink and gained like a foot. So anyway, yeah, the kid is old. You're old. We're all fucking old. That'll be the theme of my weekend. So hey, real quick before we get going with our rundowns of Camp Spooky, let's play a quick game. I know we usually save the games for the end, but I want to play the go around. And for anyone who's in the chat, please play along with us. The game is what was wrong with your hotel room?
Ooh, I got one.
Okay, so as we bid farewell to the Wyndham as it limps into obscurity before it gets bulldozed, and unfortunately 165 people lose their jobs. That's what the actual number is. Before it goes away, what was wrong with your room this go around, Mike? What was wrong with your room?
So it was in the bathroom. It wasn't plumbing issues. It was the fact that, so here's the top of the bathtub. Our shower curtain was about 1 foot higher up than it. So, and the bar's curved. So the whole entire time, water just poured out everywhere. Like so badly. Like no matter what you tried, just the water just came straight out of the shower. We even tried pointing the shower head towards the wall, and that didn't help. It was just water everywhere. So anytime you took a shower, you flooded the bathroom. Yes.
All right, so Carl,
opening up the shower curtain made it better. Like you got less water on the floor actually by not even using the shower curtain.
Makes sense, I suppose. Well, let's see. Carl had a broken patio door brace and the air conditioning again. My air conditioning was fine. The only thing that was actually broken in our room was the TV. I got excited because I heard they were going to do Spooky TV again, and got the remote. Nothing. Okay, maybe the batteries in the remote are dead. I go and I start turning it on manually. Nothing. Is it plugged in? It's plugged in. TV was broken. Wasn't even worth stealing, folks. What are you gonna do? And then I think Dan is either lying or he's working for someone on the inside. So liar. So, all right. So, Dan, congratulations for you. And then Brian didn't even stay at so he's the big one. Oh wait, DJ. Oh, hold on, I missed DJ. Our AC sucked and 3 bulbs were out. Okay, that's good. Carl also chimed back in with the fridge leaked. So, I mean, look, folks, the Wyndham went out as it always goes out. It's absolutely par for the course. And I mean,
didn't the AC shit out in the hallways too?
In the hallways, yes.
Well,
yeah.
Depended on what building you were in. If you were in building 9, you had absolutely no AC in the hallway. Opening up that door and walking through that corridor sucked so bad. Luckily, in building 8, where we were at, the AC in the hallway was okay. And I gotta say, the AC in the like actual convention space was on point. Like there was enough going from the hallway into the vendor room. You actually had the draw of the air come pushing by you. Like so, it was actually really nice in there for once. For once.
Yeah, that's so. Yeah, no AC in building. Yeah, in the hallways. The hallways in our. I think I can't remember what building I was in anymore. We were 11 or 12. At the top floor, we had it. It just wasn't that cool. I will say the ice machine actually worked for a change.
Ours didn't. We went building 8. It didn't work, top or bottom. Building 8, 9, and 10 didn't work. We had to go to building 6 for ice. That was the closest place. So we would drain their entire ice machine, filling up our cooler, and then watch everybody try to go get ice and it not have ice, and me and AJ laughing as we're running down the parking lot.
And Wawa went out of food.
What was that? No, Wawa actually stayed pretty well stocked.
The mini ice thing did break down, but that wasn't their fault.
Yeah.
It was mechanical failure, and but
yeah,
they did
no,
within like 5 or 6 hours.
I saw that being repaired, and I will say they jumped on it. They jumped on repairing the island of the pre-made snacks and sandwiches. So, yeah, and DJ, I missed the float contest. I did too. I mean, I saw the after effects. We ended up going to. I'll tell you what. On Friday night, they speed ran through all of the camp events, like the float contest, the games, all of it. Like we went out to as soon as. Well, I guess we'll get into it. As soon as American Party Machine started, we left because I'd rather, gouge an ice pick into my ears and listen to them. Yeah, Matt's summing it up nicely. But when they went on, we went to go eat, and all the restaurants are a little bit slower over there, so it was about 2 hours. And when we got back, it's 10. They had finished all the Camp Spooky stuff was over. So I kind of I was shocked they went through it all that fast. And DJ is announcing her float was a toilet bowl, and I had a poop hat and plunger. That sounds delightful. I missed it. I definitely missed it. And a Frankenstein couple with tombstone floats were pretty. Yeah, I'm sure they were lovely.
Yeah, no, during that whole time, yeah, as soon as we walked out, we saw that they were getting up on stage. We turned around, went to our back porch, and we sat on our back porch, and I watched storm chasing videos while I just was waiting for the band to be over with. Yeah.
I'm sure the price is right for booking them.
Yeah. Free? I don't know.
I think they get to sell T-shirts, and they probably get like weekend passes. So that's.
I don't know how they haven't been copyrighted with some of the shit they put on their stuff, but that's a whole nother topic for another time.
Yeah, I think we'll leave it with if you order Steel Panther off of Wish or Temu.
Don't even take Steel Panther down like that, because they're amazing. This is just a hot pile of dog shit. It's like, hey, what are the edgiest things we can talk about? Sex? Weed? Sure, let's make every single song about that. And by the way, we're like substitute teachers. Like, woohoo. God damn it.
Everybody should get $5 back from the band if they go to the show.
Yeah.
At least they'll buy you a beer.
Where? Not Gatorville.
Oh yeah.
It's right
True.
there.
You go to Wawa.
Or
All
Wawa,
right. Well, I
whatever.
mean, Mike, overall, let's be fair. Let's take American Party Machine out of the equation. What'd you think? How was the weekend for you?
I had a blast. It was a great send off to a wonderful hotel. And I say that because yes, the Wyndham was a shithole, but it was our shithole. I love that place. Like it was kind of like going like when you were a kid, you go on vacation places and then you realize once you got older, like, wow, that place actually really sucked, but you have such fond memories of it. Like it was like that. We had a great time. And we just hung out the whole entire time. Like we didn't do that much. We did like 2 panels, but besides that, it was just hang out, soak it in, enjoy the last ride at the Wyndham.
That is good. I unfortunately did not get to enjoy my weekend as much. I had to travel a lot. You know, the kid I mentioned who graduated earlier, he just had a lot of stuff going on, and it was hard to traveling, back and forth, getting him where he needed to go, and then we thought we had it worked out, but then on Sunday he found out that another spooky kid, a kid who grew up, literally in the show, and I think she's a year older than him, so she's 19 in college now. She was going to be back Sunday, and he wanted to go hang out with her. So, it's what it is. What it is. It wasn't the greatest weekend for me, but I had my little moments of happiness here and there. And you know what? As I get older, I like being a bitter old man, I find. So perhaps this weekend worked out well for me. Robbie. Oh, so Robbie just gave us a good review of the VIP party. The VIP party. I'm going to say they're usually pretty strong, so that's good that they're continuing the tradition.
That's good. That's good.
All right. So you mentioned a panel. I'm going to assume one of those was Alice Cooper.
Yes, one of them was Alice Cooper, and the other one was one that Sabrina dragged me to, was the Twilight one. And I have to say, not a fan of Twilight. Actually, never seen the movies and that, but Sabrina is, and that was actually a damn good panel. I have to say it was really good. The one guy, Jacob something, or his name started with a J. Shoot, I forgot his name. But he basically stole the entire thing. He made it to anytime somebody started talking, like he just took over and he was putting joke after joke after joke. Like seriously, like we told him, like, you really should think about doing comedy. And he's like, I've always wanted to do stand up. It was a great panel. I laughed my ass off during it, and I never expected that I would do that during a Twilight panel. So that was really good. And then the other one was the Alice Cooper one. That one, like Demi said, that one was legendary. PD actually was the host of it. It was his first time doing one of those, and he absolutely killed it. The questions he asked were not like what you would normally expect. Like he deep dived into stuff. And it was basically just like the two of them just sitting there talking over, drinks type deal. It was really good. It was one of the best panels that I've seen in the last couple of years. It was good. It was really good.
It's interesting. Historically, the rockers who come to the musicians who come to Spooky always knock it out of the park in their panels. When I look at who is good, I can't think of a time where there wasn't a musician who just didn't have a really good panel. I still think Corey Taylor's was like the greatest of all time. But I watched clips of Alice, and it was awesome. He seemed like he was telling really good stories, even stuff I hadn't heard before. So yeah, and Petey, I heard good things about Petey doing it, so that was cool too. It's funny because I remember there was another con, Fanboy Expo in Orlando last September, and they had Sebastian Bach. And Petey was actually there, just he had his ticket in hand, and you could tell that it's like he wanted to be the one asking the questions, because he chimed in quite a bit. And it was so I'm not surprised that he did the panel with Alice and that he did a really good job with it. So good on him. This is funny. I do want to chime in with this. The moderator for the Blair Witch was horrible. I heard that from a couple people. and I've seen some video of it, and I'm not familiar with who she is. She wasn't part of the regular cast of MCs that I've seen in the past, but that panel I heard was quite disappointing, which is, it's funny. I was kind of bummed I missed it, but then I heard some of that. I watched some clips and I was like, wow, there's like, and Demi's kind of said it, Mike took over. The others just didn't seem like they were interested.
Yeah.
Or,
It's actually good to hear because we were bummed that we missed it too. That was actually the one time that we didn't wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. We actually, all of us woke up at the same time, and AJ's getting up, and I'm like, shit, we're late. Like, if AJ's getting up, like, we're fucked. Like, we just missed everything. And yeah, so we barely had time to be able to go do the Alice Cooper one. But we really wanted to see the Blair Witch one. So knowing that sucks, that it wasn't that great, makes me feel a little bit better that I missed it.
Yeah, like I said, I know the vibe I got off of it was, okay, we're here for the contractually obligated panel. Some people have a real fun time with it. Clearly the dude from Twilight did, Alice did. Other people don't really want to do them. Like, kind of reminds me of a couple years ago when, what's the dude from Terminator? Johnny Ringo and Tombstone. Michael Biehn.
Michael Biehn.
Michael Biehn didn't even do his.
He's a giant piece of shit, though.
I hadn't heard that before.
Oh,
but
I've heard that so many times. He's just an asshole. Even on set, my dad worked with him a couple times, and he's just a piece of shit. Just really hard to work with.
That's nothing surprises me, but like I've never gotten that vibe from the guy from Terminator, but I guess, why not?
Just telling you what I've heard.
No, I'm
like
not
working with
questioning
Chevy Chase. It's a giant pain in the ass.
Well, did he? And let's see, Brian gave us one more good review of Catherine Newton's panel. Also,
she seems like the Wish version of Amber Turd.
I'm not saying the Wish version. She's the young version.
Yeah.
Basically, when someone says, "All right, I want you to get me Amber Heard, but 10 years younger and maybe doesn't shit on things." When you ask, when a casting director asks for that, you get Catherine Newton.
Gotcha.
I will say this.
That's what I kept seeing, like when I was watching Abigail, because I haven't seen her in anything else. I was like, she looks a lot like, she just reminds me of Amber Heard from her early days.
They have very similar eyes and cheekbones, I think. But I will tell you what, I mean, that's one of my big takeaways from this weekend is a lot of young people at this show. There was a much younger audience, I thought, overall than I'd seen in some previous years. And, clearly Catherine Newton, who was the big draw of the weekend, that's not even a question. If you looked at the longest lines, it's there. The number one and number two were not close together.
Yeah.
It was all for her. And then a lot of people for Twilight too. The Twilight group was much more popular than I was expecting.
Oh yeah, no, that line. So when we went to the panel, we were walking by and we're like, okay, we got like 15 minutes. Like, we'll go stand in line. And we walked by and we saw it up and down 5 times in that hallway. And we're like, yeah, no, we're going to go stand over here, wait for all of them to go in. And then, like, if there's still room, we'll go in. And we waited probably 10 minutes for everybody to get in there. That's how long of a line it was. And we got in the very back row, like the last 4 seats that they had open. We're like, holy shit, we did not think it was going to be this packed.
That never
It was like when they had the Once Upon a Time people there. There was a ton of young people and a bunch of people that don't normally show up to that show for that group. So that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, and I think the difference is with Catherine Newton in this case. She's actually got some horror stuff under her belt. Abigail, for instance, which a lot of people did like. A lot of people. I mean, I understand. I thought it was.
I liked it.
Yeah, no, and I know a lot of people did, and I was excited to watch it, and I was ultimately, it's probably why I was as disappointed as I was. But God, I mean, and Brian's pointed this out, and it's true. The Lisa Frankenstein costumes were everywhere.
Yeah,
I mean,
there was at least every time I went through like an aisle in a vendor room, there was at least 5 people dressed up as that.
it's Lisa Frankenstein or the kid from Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. Dylan Sprouse, I think that was he played the Frankenstein, so to speak, the monster that she puts together. And I don't know if it was Zach or Cody. It was one of them, but but with Jughead, if you prefer the Riverdale era, you can go that direction. So yeah, they definitely got a new crowd. I will be curious to see if it's a group that's going to hang around. That's always the thing you wonder when you see like that influx of new people. Do they come back? Do they enjoy everything else? Like, I don't know. I've never in recent years, I've never spoken to someone who said, I'm here because of, because I originally wanted to see the Once Upon a Time people. I don't think that group ever came back.
Yeah. Just hearing some of the stuff that like some of those people that are dressed like that, like walking behind them, you could hear like a lot of them talking about like MegaCon and all that. Like, oh, like this is like, but you could tell that it wasn't, and a lot of them had like 1-day passes, like wristbands, you could tell. And I think it was just that she was coming. And I mean, if they had a good enough time, maybe they will, but you could tell a lot of it was just a like going for the one-time deal, if that makes sense.
No, I mean, absolutely. And so, I mean, I hope they come. I mean, I hope they come back. I will say this one interesting bit of feedback because, Robbie was a vendor this time. Vamps Emporium was here. And I heard a mixed bag from the vendors this year as far as who was making money. I think the general consensus was everyone made their money back. They made their table back. They made their hotel room. But with as many people who were there, they were a little surprised they didn't make more. Yeah, it didn't go down as a big weekend for most of the vendors. Some did very well. I think the ones who did very well are usually the ones who always do very well. But yeah, I heard a lot of kind of middle of the road as far as the vendor feedback. So
yeah, that's what I heard, and a couple of the people that we know that normally do like really good right off the bat. It was one like they were like, yeah, no, like we made table, we're still making sales, but it's a lot of smaller stuff. My favorite thing that one of them said was they made it, but they're walking there instead of driving there.
I get that. I definitely get that.
Like we could get there faster if we sold some of the bigger stuff. It'd be like driving there, but no, we're making it there on foot. So we're slowly but surely getting there. I'm like, okay, I understand that.
Did I mean, Mike? Did you get any good swag this year? Anything you
Yes,
got was good?
Actually, we got pretty much all our stuff from Robbie. Sabrina got a Pro VHS purse, and then I finally got the last medium too of Lemmy and Ozzy flicking you off, saying "fuck off." Ever since I saw her post that shirt at the punk rock flea market, I was like, I need that one. And luckily, the last medium they had was the one on the display. And Nate's like, oh, I don't have medium. I'm like, oh, damn. He's like, hold on, I got one last shirt to check. And he's like, that's it. I'm like, boom, here you go. Like, yeah, take my money. I need it. I need it right now.
Well, here, let me show off what I think was the item of the year of the dealer's room. And this year it came from Image Motor Studios.
They sold out so quick.
These were gone. I think there was one left on Saturday morning.
Yep. Yeah, I know. Perry said that they did their first lap. They walked by and he saw it, and he's like, "Oh man, those are awesome!" And they didn't even make it till like halfway down the next aisle. He's like, "No, I got to go get them. I got to go get them." and that. So yeah, no, a lot of people were really hyped about that, and they even
I've got mine on hold for October.
they put out a thing saying like, hey, we're sold out now, but like go to our site, you can order them and they'll ship them to you, and that. So, but yeah, no, those were awesome.
I will tell you a funny story about these. So I saw that they had, the little adoption sign on this. So I took a quick video of it. I put the Sarah McLachlan Angel song on as the background, and I put that on TikTok, and I got 40,000 views. And I mean, it's still going 2 weeks later. And, I had people reaching out to me like, where can I buy this? Please give me the link. Where is this? And it's funny because they didn't have it on the website yet. They got on the website, I think like Monday or Tuesday after. And so I started sharing it. But I know for a fact my TikTok actually sold a couple. So these were, first of all, I'm a huge TikTok celebrity. But okay. No, most of my shit does 200 views, and that one did 40,000. So people were really into it.
Oh, dang, he's there for sexy grandpa.
Sexy.
Well, Foxy Grandpa, right?
Foxy Grandpa, folks. Let's get it right. Foxy Grandpa. And if you know what this is from, you're cool. As I drink my Dr. Kelp. Okay, so. Before, like I said, I don't want to jump off. Anyone else has, great memories. Carl, by the way, mentioned that, he's talking about the young people, in his costumes. They didn't know Barnabas, but they knew Ozzy. Carl broke out an Ozzy costume this year. That was pretty cool.
I gotta say, Carl, that was freaking awesome. It really was. It was awesome.
Yeah, no, we definitely got a kick out of that. Everyone did. Good to see people ripping off our lamps. Yeah, that might have happened.
It's a matter of time.
Hey, that's cool. Yeah, that means because the best form of flattery is stealing your idea or something like that.
No, that's only part of the quote.
Well, yeah, when you make money off of it too. When you get royalties, that's when it's the best part.
There you go. It's like all my resellers on my tiki mugs getting $450 on fucking eBay.
Oh well.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. If there's any last camp spooky thoughts before we bump off? Again, never going back to the Wyndham. No, don't have to worry about our tetanus shots being current anymore. So that's that's the good. It's the good part of it.
Yeah,
you got a shot because you went in the pool.
It was very, very sad pulling away for the last time. Like when we cleaned out the room and loaded everything up, like we stood there in the parking lot just kind of like staring. We're like, some of it's like this is it. It's the end of an era type deal. Like we're never pulling back into this parking lot.
No.
Like,
I will miss the free parking. I will absolutely miss the free parking.
Yeah.
And this one, the odorous from Guar. Yeah, she was great.
Oh yeah, I absolutely love that.
She looked good. The winner, it's costume contest. Abby, the young lady who has been winning, who basically has a lock on the costume contest for the last 3 shows, won it again. She did another, I think, Chica from Five Nights at Freddy's.
I need to talk to her about her eyeball programming because it looked like if she was looking around in there, the eyes on the outside were following what she was doing. I need to figure that out because there's a cosplay I want to do that's going to need that.
Yeah, that was, I gotta say, like, seriously, good for her because fucking hell,
it was awesome. Great job.
I can't even figure out how to wire up a phone charger half the time. And here she is
work on cars.
Like serving stuff. Like, oh god. That was amazing.
I will, and I'll say one of the feedbacks from the judges of the costume contest I thought was really cool was they were just commenting on how she nailed getting everything nice and round.
But yeah, the perfect roundness. Like the guy was just losing his shit. He's like, it's round. Like it is perfectly round. Like how the fuck do you do this?
Yeah, because I guess in the comment he made, like, usually you get something more egg-shaped, but she got it round, and it's just like, I guess that's when you look at the level of detail, that is true. She got the shape right. That's a big piece. Again, the animatronics, everything she had on that. I think she learned one very valuable lesson though. Don't do a costume that you can't really walk in, because I've seen her in the Five Nights at Freddy's costumes for several years now. This one, there was like no mobility in it.
And she had to keep her hand like this because of the cupcake.
Yep, that was a thing too.
Yeah. Well, not even with that, like you were saying with the mobility, like just even like the walking of it. Like her other ones, like were limited mobility, but this one was like the size of it in that you really couldn't move that much. You had to have a big open space in order to just maneuver at all with it.
Yep. So, but it's funny when you're that good, you ultimately do have to learn why limits exist. So, but and again, I'll be surprised if she's back one more time. Just because I think she also is a graduate this weekend. She and my son go to the same school. So I don't know if she'll be around come October, because I don't know what her plans are. Who knows? But so anyway, if you've been unhappy about not being able to win the costume contest, give it a shot again next one. The competition or the grounds might be a little more open again. Yeah, and there were some other good costumes though too. The pinhead, the girl pinhead was great. I will say, and I hate this is where one of those little old man moments. I didn't even know what most of the source material was for a lot of the costume contests, though. I was just like, I don't know it, don't know it, don't know it, don't know it, and I just like that was the theme of the year for me. And I will say it's interesting as well with all the Lisa Frankenstein costumes. I saw people just walking around, and none of them were in the contest. Or wait, was there one?
I don't believe so.
I don't think so.
I don't believe there was.
And can we talk how cool the guy? Oh yeah. The actor from Basket Case, who was there. He definitely won one of those prizes as far as like, most personable, most approachable. He was just hanging out at the pool.
He was hanging out with Joey on Sunday night, because we went after dinner. We went out to the pool. There was only like 10 of us that were out there. We were hanging out, and I was sitting in one of the chairs, and I was looking down. I was checking something on Facebook, and all of a sudden I look up, and because I kind of had my feet out, and I look up, and out of the corner of my eye, here comes Joey Belladonna. He's like, "Oh, hey, how's it going, man?" I'm like, "Hi, sir." He's like, "Have a good one. I'm just gonna go over here. We're just gonna chat for a while." I'm like, okay, have a good one. Bye. And yeah, no, he hung out at the pool for a while with his people, and the guy from Basket Case came out there and sat down with Joey, and they were fucking out there for like an hour or so, just sitting there talking and that. So it was really cool just to see them all over there. And it was, like I said, it was only like 10 of us, so we were on the other side. And when he got up and left, they both waved. They're like, "Hey, thanks for the show. See you later. Have a good drive, flight, whatever back." And we're like, "Have a good one."
Yay.
So,
All right. Well, so I mean, overall, it seemed like most people had a there were a lot of newbies. I think a lot of people were happy with the way the show ended. It's good stuff with the Wyndham. So I think overall, I'm in the minority. That's fine. Again, my time was not influenced, or was influenced by outside forces. What are you going to do? But I will say I did get one take-home gift. Like I have one memory from the Wyndham. This will forever be my memory of the Wyndham. Now, for the record, I didn't necessarily take this from the Wyndham. This can be found in hotels and restaurants all across up and down I Drive. I may have just ordered this off of Etsy.
You can get it on Amazon.
I could have got this. I might have gotten this from Amazon. My point is, this is what I choose to memorialize the Wyndham for. I'm going to look at this. Always think of the Wyndham whenever I get that. And I may place more.
I got a couple of things I ordered off of Amazon too. So
it's good. Everyone should order things off of Amazon to commemorate their time.
1 day shipping, some of them even quicker. I mean, for us, it's usually a day or two because where we live. But I mean, depending on where you're at, you can get signs dropped to you like by drones. It's cool.
Yeah. And do we want to talk any glitter dicks? So did anyone have any fun glitter? Did you see any glitter dicks on your way home? Anyone? What was that?
Randomly did laundry, started folding clothes. There's like 4 of them on my floor, and I'm like, oh, it's been a week and a half. How, or even more, longer. Like, where the fuck did that come from?
I will say one funny thing about them. There were reports, and you know, Demi's the originator of these. She is not the only one. But there were reports of them at the show before she even got there.
They're probably from last year.
It could be. There were. I mean, it's not like they vacuumed there.
Exactly.
A funny story was apparently I think it was Kim came over to us and had mentioned that they were the Wyndham owners, whatnot, were getting paranoid that people were going to steal the carpet. Because okay, they know it's ending, so people are gonna start ripping up the carpet as their own souvenirs because they didn't have the decency to go to Amazon.com and order this themselves. But they were worried that people were gonna just cut up carpet, and because of the tradition that started at Dragon Con and the Marriott there.
Yeah, but the carpet at the Wyndham, I would not. No, I don't even want to touch barefoot. Like, I don't even walk barefoot in the hotel room. Like, no, like that's the only time where like I wear socks to bed. Like, no.
Yeah, it's Kane Hodder's video about not walking barefoot in your hotel room. It's such a brilliant little piece of art. So, but they still thought people wanted that carpet. I mean, the carpet that we've seen dogs pee on, I've seen a dog take a shit on one in the vendor's room last year.
I'm pretty sure I've seen people take a piss and shit on them too. So
that's probably so. But anyway, if anyone, I mean, there was somebody really like that thought when I had brought this up to them, they thought it was a really great idea though. So somebody understood and immediately had an idea put in their head. Yeah, Carl's still washing it out of his hair. There you go. So anyway, I hope for everyone who, you've been to the Wyndham over the years, you had one last good time and woo. Woo.
Woo.
All right. Well, moving on to spooky news because,
can we talk about these announcements?
Yeah, there are some new guest announcements. Now that they wrapped up Camp Spooky, they said they were going to have guest announcements in the coming weeks, and they've started them. So yes, we are going to talk recent guest announcements. We're going to first start with the Charlotte show. That's not the Charleston show. Excuse me, South Carolina for the August 22nd through 24th, I believe. And well, we the big one that they had already announced was
Malcolm McDowell.
That was the only one they had. Well, they announced 2 more. One is Heather Langenkamp. She's been to Spooky a bunch of times. Star of Friday the 13th. The woman that keeps fucking with Freddy. Or has several times. And then this week they announced Dee Wallace. Everyone's favorite mom. That's Cujo. Right. E.T., all sorts of good stuff. And so if Heather Langenkamp is there, it does seem like Robert Englund will probably be announced at some point.
So. That's what the rumor is. So
yeah. So I mean, we have, just out of curiosity, that's 3 guests. And I know, Matt, you're vending, so you'll be attending. I think Robbie's also going to be vending. Anyone else? Let's see, Allison said she is. She's, I guess, going to Charleston. Good times. I don't think we're going to make it.
Boo.
It was up in the air, but we opted for a trip to New Orleans instead. And unfortunately, not in August, in October for Halloween weekend.
Okay, I was going to say, you think Florida's hot? Go to New Orleans in August. Jesus.
No, I'm not that much of a sadist. Thank you. But no, and unfortunately, unless something of the lottery variety happens, I can't afford that many shows in that period of time. So what are you gonna do?
Sure.
Let's see. And then for the Spooky October show, 2 big guests. First, we have Clive Barker. He was the first official announcement. We've had Clive a couple times. And as many times as we put him on the death pool, one person or another, he keeps proving us wrong, and he keeps showing up at Spooky, so that's awesome.
I think I've heard this is gonna be his last supposedly around.
Rumor has it might be his last show. Yeah.
I've also heard that I've heard he's wrapping things up. I mean, I've been hearing this kind of, in which, it could be true at any time. He didn't look as bad as I expected him to at Tampa when we had in 2019 when he was there.
Yeah, well, he was still in the wheelchair then, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was in that own little room.
Yep.
In the middle of the convention center.
Yep. And then they announced, and it's funny, this is one people have been begging for. Demi in particular has been begging for forever. Doug Jones.
Yeah.
Doug Jones for October.
Can't fucking wait.
Doug Jones. What would you call him?
He is definitely a character actor, but if you need a tall, skinny guy to wear makeup, that's the guy.
Yeah, but doesn't he have? Oh, shoot! I was just watching a Watch Mojo thing about that had him in it the other day. I forgot what it's called, but he has something where he's able to with his joints be able to move them the way he does, and that's why he always gets those type of roles, because he's able to do that freaky, move them in a certain way, make it look.
I don't know what you would call him other than
double jointed, I suppose.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's an actual
contortionist
that he has it, but yeah, no, he's super cool.
Yeah. He was also Mac Tonight in the old McDonald's commercials.
Yes.
Which to me is I've said it before, that commercial I will pretty much pinpoint to the reason I'm in advertising. That commercial. Because I can still remember way too many, but I mean, that one is just crystal clear in my head. Fun fact that as an ad campaign, that actually did kind of tank. The whole point was to get people to go out to McDonald's for dinner at night. Didn't really change their numbers. But, I've studied this, folks. That commercial really was important. So, anyway, but that's a cool thing. I'm so thrilled that Doug's going to be there. I don't know how much I'm going to be at Spooky in October, but I will definitely make a one-day trip to see Doug. So, fact. All right. And Doug was Abe Sapien. I mean, when you look at Doug's credits, it's pretty, anytime Guillermo del Toro did a movie, he's in it. It's, a lot of stuff. All right. So, Matt, you did something recently.
I did.
Why don't you cue this up for us as I get this prepped?
Do you have it ready?
I think so.
Okay. Well, a few years ago, it was me and Angie and Mitch and Cheryl and Jared and Erica. We had a little show that we tried to get off the going. It was called Coffee Time with Satan, and we would shoot it at that Coffee Shop of Horrors when we had our store there in Montverde, and that kind of never went anywhere. And we had our characters. Mitch created Bubba the Redneck Werewolf. If you've seen the movie, he plays the devil. So him and Sam Gaffin, who is one of the killer robots, have gotten together and came up with a new cartoon, and they wanted us to reprise our roles in an animated version, and it's called Satan PR LLC.
So we'll give you guys a quick taste.
That's me. I hope we don't hear anything from Warner Brothers.
Hey, listen. Settle down, you creeps. We got a lot to do today, so no more fucking around.
Right there. Yes.
Batia, enough already. Put your nasty ass toy away and fucking focus.
All right, so we'll leave it there.
It's only a 15-minute episode. It's basically the pilot. They're shopping it around to see if we can actually get it picked up. So we'll see what happens.
Well, for anyone who would like to watch more, it's in the chat. So
Yep,
just
link
go ahead
there.
and click that, save that link for later, and when we're done, when we wrap up, there you go. There's your content for the rest of the evening.
Take 15 minutes and have some fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's definitely going on before we go to bed.
In other convention news, it's funny. We had a conversation a couple days ago about we've got all these empty malls. What if you had a con at an empty mall? And I've actually heard of I was talking with some people at Spooky, and apparently they had a scenario or a situation that happened a couple years ago where convention they were at was going to be at a hotel. Hotel owners kind of were skeezy, and they actually closed without letting the convention organizers know. And so with very short notice, the convention moved the show to an old Macy's. It was no longer a Macy's. So what I thought was kind of funny, and I want to just share this. We are actually starting to see malls turn into conventions now. And there is a local version where this is going to happen. At the Oviedo Mall, they are doing VillaCon, Send in the Clowns. This is just going to be in the mall itself. And it's a one-day thing. Basically, they're going to have costume contests. They're going to have a bunch of vendors and usually, have stuff going on there. Basically, it's going to have everything you do at a con except, visit celebrities, which who knows, maybe that'll be the next step. But they actually, at the Oviedo Mall, they do stuff like this. They do kind of these pop-up con kind of things. So they're aware there's an audience, and who knows how this will work, but it will be kind of funny just to see if this does catch on. There's a bunch of creepy clowns invading a mall one weekend.
Now, is there still an Annie Ann's there?
Yes.
More than likely, yes.
I'm down.
And Orange Julius, guaranteed.
Last time Sabrina was out this area, we went to there's a brewery built into the mall now.
No, I heard about that. I was pissed about it.
Oh, look at that. So Maxine, the sequel to Pearl and oh God, I can't remember the first one.
X.
That's on July 5th. So theoretically, we could go see Maxine and then hang out for VillaCon and look at clowns all at the mall that day, and then have a beer and a good pretzel at Annie's.
There you go.
Hey,
That's not a bad day. That's not a bad afternoon at all, as a matter of fact.
It's like all you can eat mac and cheese and root beer floats.
It's a thing. All right. And then to wrap up, there is also another show out there on the other side of the state, Spookala. And they did have a guest announcement that I thought was pretty wild that I wanted to announce. Howie Mandel.
Biggest germaphobe on the planet.
Yeah. And I'm like, really?
I doubt he's going to show up.
I wouldn't bet money on it. I'll just say that.
It's one of those that is just like the stupidest booking idea that I think, because again, germaphobe, also the criteria he has, like
He's probably going to be in a bubble.
You're not able to meet him at a table. If you want stuff, if you want stuff signed, you have to drop it off and then pick it back up later. he'll do the Q&A, and then what was it, the photo op or no? It was something.
I don't know the details. There were more hoops to jump through with him for a photo and signatures than what most guests would have you do. And yeah, DJ's confirming it. I mean, it's interesting. He's never done a show before, and I have a feeling within the first 10 minutes, I mean, if you thought Rory Culkin was uncomfortable, you're gonna see something spectacular. I have heard he's actually getting a little bit better about it, though. So we'll see. But yeah. All right. Well, that's all the show I got. Any?
We're a fun group.
We are, but that's all I got. So is anything else out there? Monsterpalooza. Demi, I don't remember what I'm supposed to say about Monsterpalooza. There was a Monsterpalooza this weekend.
It's a monster and it's a palooza.
I still want a definition on what a palooza is.
Lollapalooza.
I know what Lollapalooza is. I still don't know what a palooza is, though.
I know Phil Collins' Lollapalooza from South Park. Oh, God, Matt left.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's well, you know what? I don't have any pictures of it, so what am I going to do? Yeah, Demi's letting us know it's a special effects show out in California.
Sorry, wrong button.
Yeah, there's if you look at any pictures on any kind of social medias, look up Monsterpalooza, you'll actually see some really cool things. Really, I mean, it's damn good stuff. So.
All right. So according to dictionary.com,
Yeah.
there you go. I did some research for you.
Where did you just post it?
No, I just looked it up.
Oh, okay. Well, good enough. All right. Well. All right. And then Demi wants us to know that. Yeah, then we'll end on this. Code Orange, folks. Code Orange, aka the alert that everyone gives when Halloween stuff starts showing up in stores. Joann's has had some stuff for a few weeks, and At Home is now just starting to get stuff. They used to wait until July 4th, and I guess they're all jumping a little bit earlier now.
Gonna say I don't know where y'all live, but no, I haven't seen anything.
Well.
If you go to freakshowunlimited.com, I have 18 Art the Clown mugs available for sale again. So anybody wants to get their tiki mug on, just FYI.
Yeah, go do that. Go, all of you. Go to freakshowunlimited.com and buy a tiki mug.
Yes, buy them.
18.
You know what?
Me one.
First of all, you could buy me one because I did get. Demi was given some really great ginger cake over the last show, but I didn't get any drink spot for me. So now is your chance to buy me a drink holder.
Yep.
So that's and think about how much better your 4th of July would be if you had an Art the Clown mug to drink your 4th of July patriotic drink from.
Comes with a crazy straw.
I do have the Jaws buoy. I got that one.
I have that one too.
See, I actually got that one. It was Brian's. I got that one. So I got that up on.
That's awesome.
I got that one up on and that. So might need to break
in South Carolina, and I'll be in October at the Hyatt.
Yeah. So Freak Show will be back. Yes.
Mug.
There was a giant hole without Matt and Angie there.
I'm sure there wasn't.
Their hole will be filled.
No, because normally that's where I get all my hot sauces. I normally come back with that.
Like that actually was interesting. Was there another hot sauce vendor this year?
I did not see one.
I didn't either. Normally, there's always someone else trying to push their stuff.
Well, it's only a matter of time before somebody starts ripping off my hot sauces after they ripped off our lamps and whatever else they're going to start ripping off from me. So bring it.
See,
I'll make better shit than
I
you.
also have to say, I don't know what bulb you used in your lamps, but our lamp
Candelabra.
that we got like 8 years ago, if not more, still has the original bulb in it that came with when we bought it from you.
Yeah.
Only
It's a
lamp in the house that's
candelabra.
original bulbs.
Candelabra bulb. The same ones you put in your ceiling fans, the little tiny ones. With the little,
Yeah, Cheryl, same. There was actually, I think I take it back. I think there was somebody selling coffee.
Yeah, there's like 5 coffee people now.
It wasn't nearly as overwhelming as it was in October, but there was. I think I saw someone with some coffee. So, all right. Well, you know what? Demi is now moving on to the interview with the vampire. Apparently, it was an amazing episode this evening. So,
Oh, god damn it. I need to watch that.
yeah, I'm gonna. I think
Well,
we'll close up shop here, and I'm gonna go watch that episode with the rest of my my Dr. Kelp soda. Good stuff. Good
I was
stuff.
Yummy.
tornado on the ground in Tallulah, Texas right now, so I'm watching that out of the corner of my eye.
All right. Well, Mike's gonna watch a tornado. I'm gonna watch Interview with a Vampire, and we'll leave it at that. So, folks, good seeing you again. We'll be talking to you soon, and well, you know the rest.